This is actually something I've never done before, and that's repot 2 orchids that are actually coming off the main stem right here. If you come in close, the actual main mama orchid has died off. You can see her crown right here, and then 2 babies have come off the side. So I have to separate the 2 babies so we can have 2 different plants. Let's dig in. The first thing I want to do is get this baby out of the pot. I got to assess the roots. We got to start from ground zero. Oh, hello. Hey, hey, hey. Okay, what's going on here? All right, well that was easy enough. Let's just set this aside. I want to remove all of the old medium that we have going on right here. That's the first step. Just kind of get in there and ruffle things up a little bit. And what we're looking for here are the dead roots. You'll know the thing are dead. Listen to this. Papery thin. We want to get rid of those. First thing we always do when we're cutting on plants, we sanitize our pruners. We're using 3% hydrogen peroxide right here. You don't need to wash it off. Perfectly happy and healthy for your plants. So any roots that are dead, I'm getting rid of. Any roots that are papery thin, I'm getting rid of. Any roots that are solid, I'm holding on to. We want to keep those ones. Those are the healthy roots. You can see that it's not really a color that I'm looking for. I'm really looking for firmness, because a dead root and look at this. This is a dead root. This is a dead root. This is a healthy root. They have the same color, but one of them is dead. So you're not just looking for color. You're also looking for the firmness, the body, the life of it. Okay, now all we have left are healthy roots. So now we want to sanitize the remaining healthy roots, again with our hydrogen peroxide. Perfectly safe. Even if you get it on the leaves, it's not going to do anything. We're just going to make sure we're killing off all that bad bacteria, making sure we're getting everything, covering all of our bases. The last thing we want to do is get it back into a pot, and then the plant continues to decline because we didn't get rid of all that bad bacteria. All right, here we go. Now we need to find a place to cut. We need to figure out where the separation is between these 2 plants. Now I want to keep all these roots for the plant that's on the bottom, which I believe is the one on my right here. But I have to kind of be careful in how I distinguish my cuts. So I want to cut between the 2 and make sure that both have plenty of healthy roots to keep them alive. So I'm going to sanitize my pruners again. And let's go in there for the old cut. Measure twice, cut once. That's what I always heard. But I want to make sure. There's my gap. Now I might lose a root or 2 on here. You can't be perfectly certain, but I think if I do this just right, I should be fine. Look at that. 1 root over here, 1 root over here. You can see this one has a ton more roots, but this one will still be perfectly fine if we can get it potted up because it has the nice little healthy roots out here. A successful separation. All right, let's start with the baby orchid first. Let's get it into probably like a 4-inch pot. Something along these lines I think would be perfectly fine for this plant. Yeah, this will work just fine. All right, for my soil, it's very important that you use orchid-specific medium. Today I'm using the Phalaenopsis Dark Classic Orchid Mix from repotme.com. They have all the things you're going to need to repot your houseplants, orchids, aeroids, succulents, pretty much anything that you need to repot a plant with. They're going to have it there for you. Pre-mixed, perfect soils. You never have to worry about doing it the wrong way. It's very chunky, it's very airy, it's going to be perfect for this orchid right here. So let's get those roots in there nice and gingerly because we've only got a few people. Okay, so I'm going to hold it right here, I'm going to support it. I want my crown, this is my crown right here, I want this to be above the soil level. And now I'm just going to backfill, super, super easy. All right, all right. Does anyone know why they make orchid pots clear a lot of the time? Can you let me know in the comments below? I'm curious to know if you guys know the answer to that one. P.S. The answer is in a lot of my previous videos that I've talked about this with and just given the answer. But I'm curious if you guys been listening or are you new here? Either is fine with me. I'm happy that you're here. Let's get those in there. And you guys know what we do next, right? If you've been here a little while, we slap that pot. That's going to settle in all that orchid medium around those roots so that the roots are coming in contact with the medium, which is going to be holding the water. They need to take moisture and nutrients from that medium, so that's why we want to make sure all the roots are getting hit so that they can take up moisture and nutrients to the leaves so that we can get them rehydrated right here. So now what I'm going to go do is soak the bejesus out of this plant, give it a nice wide view of the sky, and wait till all the roots have dried out before watering them again. We've got one more. Just wait, the show is not over yet. We've got the big mama over here. So she gets all the roots. I think we're gonna have to go up to a 6-inch pot. By the way, these orchid pots are also from repotme.com. They are beautiful. People are always asking me, where do you get your clear pots? Where do you get your clear pots? Repotme.com. All the airflow you could want on the sides right here. It's a beautiful pot. I love being able to see the roots. Their supplies are just unmatched. They are top quality in the industry. Let's tease this baby in there. Again, making sure that the crown of our plant is above soil level. Beautiful. Get you down in there, get all snuggled in the little character. Okay, there we are. I'm having to offset it just a little bit because there are a ton of roots, and I actually am fine with some of them being exposed at the top. These orchid roots actually love air being exposed. That's kind of how they need it too. In nature, they grow on the sides of trees where their roots are constantly exposed to air. It usually rains quite frequently where these grow as well, so they are getting rained on, dried out because they're exposed to the air, and then rained on, and then dried out again, and that's kind of what we want to mimic within our homes as well. We slap that pot. You guys are getting a 2-for-1 special here today. We got it. We're getting there. Don't let your orchids be intimidating. They're some of the hardiest plants that you can grow. They're some of the most tolerant plants to regular, average household conditions, which is what makes them such popular houseplants. Not to mention the beautiful flowers, long-lasting flowers that they produce nonetheless. We are just so fortunate to be able to grow these plants within our home. Filling in a couple of the gaps right here. Okay, now we're almost there. Probably just finish it off here on the top a little bit. Oh yeah, that's the one. Pack it in there. This is beautiful. It's nice to be able to give your plants a really good environment for growth. So now, I would again do just the same as the other one. I'm going to give it a really good thorough soak. I'm going to go put it in a window with an unobstructed view of the sky. And I'm going to wait until all the roots are dry to water it again. Look how pretty that looks. The nice little combination of chunky material right there. It just makes my plant heart happy. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. This plant is well on its way to success. There you have it.